This episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by the Far-Wide app, outdoor intelligence in the palm of your hand. This week, Travis Price is hunting with a new outfitter in New Mexico during the mid-August private land season in a trophy antelope area.
So here I am at the Steve's Outdoor Adventures hangar, and I am about to head on an 18-hour drive down to New Mexico, where I'm going to be on a hosted hunt for antelope with several of our clients. And as you can see here, I'm bringing several rifles for them to use, a mixture of 6.5 PRCs and 6.5 Creedmoors. And before I load up the truck and head out, I just wanted to highlight a few items that I'm going to be bringing with me on this hunt. And antelope hunts are super laid back and fun, but there's a few key essential items that I want to make sure that I bring with me on this hunt. One of them is definitely the Burris Spotting Scope HD. This is going to be used a lot by me during the hunt to make sure I can spot the game. Because it's in open grassland country, I want to make sure that I cover my boots with some really good gaiters. And last but not least, I'm definitely going to bring several bipods for not only my own gun, but also for all the client guns, so that when we can get prone and use these when we shoot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the stuff in the truck and head out for a long drive. Okay. I've officially left the hustle and bustle of the Greater Salt Lake area, headed towards Price, Utah. Been on the road, 11 hours or so. Have about 4 left and I'll officially be in Colorado. It's about to get dark, ready to get some sleep.
A few seasons ago, Travis shot a great buck with one of our outfitters in the Springer area just to the north. We established that outfitter and ranch as a top-tier destination. But with demand for the New Mexico antelope hunts even higher now, we needed to add yet another reliable outfitter in the region. And we wanted to be in the Wagon Mound area just to the south, which is world famous for trophy pronghorn antelope hunting. So Travis started in Oregon and traveled through Idaho, Utah, and into Colorado, where he will spend the night and resume his travel the next morning into New Mexico, where he will meet the outfitter in the remote town of Las Vegas.
I just left the hotel, grabbed some coffee, I'm back on the road. It's a beautiful morning, and I'd forgotten how beautiful southern Colorado is. Just awesome tabletop mountains, open terrain, just a beautiful scenery this morning. So I got about a 5-hour drive until I meet up with the outfitter. Got my antelope license in hand. Now it's time to head to the lodge. All right, here we go, let's go. We're just pulling into camp now, and this is a new partner of ours, so I'm excited to be here. In fact, they just built a brand new barn dominium for lodging, so Frank's gonna set up a target or two and we're gonna check our zero after travel on the rifles, which is a really good idea, as always. So I'm gonna grab my 6.5 PRC and make sure it's still on.
The first order of business when arriving at the hunting destination should always be to check the zero on your rifle. You owe it to the animals and yourself to make sure that your gun is dialed in properly before going into the field. And this week, Travis is hunting with the new Bergara Premier Series MG Light Rifle, featuring the all-new Carbon Cure barrel and topped with the Burris Eliminator 5 laser scope. And the gun is outfitted with the innovative two-piece design GPM Adventure Hunter Suppressor with aluminum monocore and titanium sleeve. The rifle is shooting custom-developed and hand-loaded Pendleton ammunition, and the scope is programmed to the exact ballistics of the rifle and ammo. And while we always try to get as close as possible to our game, in the open prairie, longer range shots are possible, and this gun is dialed in and deadly accurate out to 1,000 yards.
Hold it left.
This segment of Checking Zero was sponsored by the Adventure Armory. Order your own rifle, scope, and ammo package, shipped out, ready to shoot. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Uris Optics and the new Eliminator 5. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe to see more of Steve's Outdoor Adventures right here on YouTube. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures has been sponsored by Bergara Rifles, a passion for precision, every barrel, every rifle. After Travis checked the zero on his rifle, he followed the outfitter to their new lodge, and while still under construction, it had all of the comforts of home. When working with a new guide service, we like to see what their investment is into the operations. And these guys have made a huge investment into one of the most important aspects of running an outfitting company, the lodging. The area had seen a lot of wildfires over the summer that hampered their ability to access the property and complete construction before the antelope season had begun. But they had completed enough to have a comfortable hunting lodge that was ready to go. With several bedrooms and bathrooms, a huge kitchen, massive living room area complete with a pool table, big screen TVs, and comfortable couches, when this lodge is completed in early 2023, it will be an incredible base of hunting operations. Now, all Travis needs to see are some pronghorn antelope. And the next day cannot come fast enough. Antelope hunting does not require rising before dawn. The animals live on the open prairie, so hunters generally sleep to a reasonable hour, get up and eat a hearty breakfast, and then head out with their guides. In this case, the guide staff had established a staging area in the middle of the vast rolling prairie, and this is where they towed the UTV side by side. Travis's guide prefers to use the highly mobile side-by-side to access the thousands of acres of primetime antelope country.
We immediately head out and the glassing begins, because as soon as you leave the staging area, you're immersed immediately in antelope. And you spend a lot of time cruising through the ranch, glassing, and immediately I knew within minutes of starting the hunt that we were at a really special location. Saw a ton of antelope that first morning, got to look over a lot of bucks, and one of the things I was really impressed with is the buck-doe ratio. Just the amount of bucks versus overall animals on the property was outstanding. Immediately I knew that, success rates were going to be high, and I was going to be patient based on what I saw.
Pronghorn hunting requires a lot of glassing, and Travis is using the Burris 10x42 Signature HT binoculars. They have a good wide field of view and excellent optical clarity.
Kind of right below the skyline?
Yeah.
Good mass, but kind of short a little bit, yeah. Although this was a short hunt, the very first day I wanted to be patient and got to look over several bucks and saw a couple shooters, but just wanted to make sure that I was going to find something very special. There's a buck that just crossed the two-track road in front of us about 150 yards, and Frank and I decided to put the glass on him, and he's super unique. One side, his left side, actually has 3 separate prongs. They're smaller, but one split at the top and then he has 2 others, so it's super unique buck. You know, doesn't quite have the overall mass and the length that we're looking to harvest, but nonetheless, really unique and beautiful, beautiful buck. This is the most effective way to antelope hunt. You kind of cruise these 2-track roads, or in some cases gravel roads, depending on where you are, and just spend a ton of time glassing, looking over antelope, looking over bucks, and eventually you just find one that you just can't not stalk, and you just put a stalk on them and hopefully put a good shot. So this is definitely the best way to hunt antelope. Just spend a lot of time cruising around and glassing. The evening hunt's about to come to a close. We're gonna run out of light here in a minute. But what an outstanding day. I'm super impressed with not only the volume of animals, but specifically the buck-doe ratio. It's very impressive. And it's early in the hunt, so I'm being very selective. Tomorrow's a new day. I am absolutely confident that we're gonna come across a buck that we're gonna put a stalk on.
After looking at a lot of pronghorn antelope bucks, Travis proved his patience and his willingness to hold out for one of the better bucks that this area is known for. And so the sun sets on his first day of antelope hunting in New Mexico, and I know that Travis is eager to rise the next morning and resume his hunt. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures has been sponsored by Pendleton Ammunition, loading bullets, 1 round at a time. Order your own official Steve's Outdoor Adventures t-shirts, hoodies, and hats on our website and social media pages. The second day of Travis's hunt starts with hot coffee and a quick breakfast before they jumped into the truck and drove out to the staging area.
I'm loading up, getting ready to head out for the morning hunt. And yesterday was such a special day. Not only did I get to see and experience, amazing antelope and all that great stuff, more importantly, 4 of our clients harvested great antelope bucks yesterday, and 3 of them was their first antelope. So that's what it's all about. Got to hang out with them, enjoy that experience with them, and also spend some time with Frank. So today is all about getting on a buck for me, and hopefully that goes well. So here we are back at the staging area. I'm gonna grab my gear, we're gonna load up the side-by-side and head out. I feel like today is definitely the day. We have 1 more client with a tag, as well as myself, and hopefully both those tags get filled. Way easier to manage. So Frank's taking me south right now. We're gonna go to an area where a guide saw a lot of antelope and a lot of bucks yesterday. So we're gonna see if we can get back on them. As soon as we started out this morning, we came across our first buck, not only 2 minutes in. He's a couple 100 yards out. He's pretty good. He's got some good mass, but not quite the length. I think he's a little younger than we were hoping for. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
We got up onto this plateau up here and we saw some antelope to our left, but all of a sudden, dead in front of us, probably 500 yards, 400 yards, we stopped and glassed a real heavy buck. Looks like he's got tall prongs, good mass. Unfortunately, he just went over this hill, so we're gonna take a little walk to see if we can get closer to him and make a decision, but first glance, he looks really good. So the buck that we're gonna go take a closer look at just came back up and is kind of booking it away from us. So I'm gonna try and get the big spotting scope on him before he disappears.
This is a huge antelope buck, something the area is well known for, and with the buck well inside Travis's effective and ethical shooting distance, all he needs to do is make the shot. Using the new Burris Eliminator 5, Travis puts the crosshairs on the buck, presses the button on the side of the scope, and gets the distance, the windage offset, and a lit aiming point. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures has been sponsored by Pendleton Ammunition, loading bullets, one round at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe to see more of Steve's Outdoor Adventures right here on YouTube. This segment is sponsored by Adventure Armory, rifle, scope, and ammunition packages shipped, ready to shoot. If you'd like to book this week's adventure for yourself, give our office a call. We will gladly take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing adventure of a lifetime.
That's a pretty good one.
It's day 2 of Travis's 3-day antelope hunt in New Mexico. He has looked over and passed on dozens of antelope bucks. But now, he has found an exceptional buck, and he is in position to take the shot.
Yes. Oh man, such a good feeling for, one shot when they drop right away. 384 yards. It's a really nice buck. Nice. Frank, good work.
Good job.
Yep, thank you.
Good
Yep,
shooting.
good job.
A nice buck.
Yep,
Heck of a shot. You waited, discipline, and pays off.
yep, for sure. Yep. Patience pays off. I was able to get prone and ranged him at 384 yards, squeezed off a good shot. He dropped right away. Frank, let's go take a look at him.
Let's go see it.
Yep. Always heads up now.
Travis's buck was over 16 inches tall with awesome cutters and great mass. A beautiful buck by anyone's standards, and likely to meet the minimum entry requirements for the Boone & Crockett Awards book.
Look at that. What a great looking buck. He's got everything.
That's what we've been looking for.
Look how far he comes back this way. Super high prongs, good mass.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Travis.
that's perfect. Frank, thank you so much. Yep, thank you so much.
That's what we're looking for. We put our time, effort,
Yep.
long hours, and
Patience paid off.
looking for all that.
Yep. And really, I'm so glad I got a chance to come out here and meet with you personally and get to know you and your operation, and it's definitely world class. So
we appreciate your all's business.
Yep. It's going to be a great partnership. Thank you again.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
The purpose of me coming down to Wagon Mound, New Mexico was to host our clients on an awesome antelope hunt, but also to visit a new outfitter partner and to make sure that they're top notch or world class so that we can be partners moving forward. And my experience here was above and beyond what I expected, from everything from the crew to Frank, the antelope hunting itself, the lodging, all of it, all encompassing. It is absolutely top notch, and all of our clients took awesome animals. It was just an outstanding experience from start to finish.
And he prepares to leave New Mexico a very successful hunter, because not only has he taken a great trophy, but he also started our relationship with a tremendous outfitting partner for us in the region. One who offers not only the antelope hunts, but also some outstanding elk hunting as well. In fact, I personally returned to that area a few months later and experienced the quality elk hunting that the area had to offer. But that is another story for another day. However, if you would like to book this hunt for yourself or any other big game hunting or fishing package, please call our office. We'll take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing adventure of a lifetime. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show. But please remember to join us again next week for another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe to see more of Steve's Outdoor Adventures right here on YouTube.